Good morning, folks. Back again, checking traps. My beaver traps this morning were empty. I'm up here heading over to look for my wolf traps and see if anything's there. Don't really expect a lot, but you never know. That's one of the fun things about trapping is that you don't really know. It's kind of like opening up Christmas presents. You might have nothing much at all. You might have something really good. But anyway, driving up here today, that bobcat, he's still hanging around. There's some tracks here. I'm not seeing much of anything else. There's not a lot of deer tracks. Elk season's over on November 8th. Today's, I think, the 3rd, something like that. So we got roughly a week, a little less. But I've only seen one set of elk tracks, no elk, very few deer. So there's really not a lot for these wolves to be eating back here. And I'm kind of surprised to see any tracks at all. There were tracks from at least 2, maybe 3. And this is their home territory, so they're not going to want to leave. But this is right on the edge of that moose forest fire we had. And if there's nothing for them to eat, they're going to have to go somewhere else. So this might be a pretty slim year. We'll see. Who knows? It still goes all winter long. So keep it up until I either run out of money or catch some wolves. Well, now that I say there's not many deer, I didn't even get them on camera. Yeah, there's one. Maybe there's enough back here. One of them's a little buck. I don't see him now. I'm seeing an awful lot of rabbit tracks. So I guess maybe if they can survive on rabbits and what few deer there are out here, maybe they don't need them elk. I have an elk tag. I should be concentrating on them a little bit harder than I am, but you know, it's kind of hard to do when there's not very much out there. You feel kind of bad even if you do get one. And we do have quit it, dogs. We do have a cow that's ready to be butchered, and I don't know that I have the freezer space for both the cow and an elk anyway, but they're fun to hunt. I would like to get one, but it's all right if I don't too. So much stuff back in these mountains yet to be found. I was just scouting around and come across this old fence. I looked over here. Look at this. Here's an old cabin that I never found before. There's not much left of it. But it's not very far from the road. My truck's right there. You can't see it from the road the way the trees are. That yet another one to come and poke around through with a metal detector or something someday. Summer months I'm so doggone busy that with work that it makes it really hard, but ones like this that are kind of out of the way and hard to find might be worthwhile. You just never know. Coyote tracks, but no wolf tracks. Our friends Miss Kitty and the Idaho Hillbilly was saying they woke up to snow this morning. We got some blue sky, but it sure looks like we could be getting it too. We got a little bit of real fine snow yesterday, but nothing much. So like I was saying, this is the edge of the moose forest fire. And none of this was logged off before. They clear cut all this as a fire break and made a big wide gap so that hopefully the fire wouldn't cross this area. But anyway, every now and then you look and there's a tree kind of standing all by itself. Kind of makes you wonder how come. And I just noticed this one has a tag on it. It's a mine claim. So you have to mark all 4 corners. That would be corner number 2. And it's probably a gold mine claim. This area is known for gold. Most of it's already been found long ago, but there is still some around. There's still a little bit of this wood back here. Some of this is pretty green, and it's cut to weird lengths. There's quite a little bit of it here. Bring a saw back here and cut it up for next year. This pile's a good one. Kind of hard to see under the snow, maybe, but maybe up here a little better. This late in the year, though, I'm thinking that it'll probably be here in the spring, too. Pretty green, but by next summer, or next winter, I mean, it'll be fine. Okay, folks, so most of you, I think, like my stupid jokes, so here's another one. I kind of wonder if I ought to tell you this one or not. It sounds like a dirty joke, but it's really not a dirty joke. Kind of is. Kind of not. Anyway, these 2 trees were standing in the forest for many, many years, and they always got along pretty well. And one was a birch, and the other one was a beech. And one day, the beech goes, "Son of a beech!" The birch goes, "What?" He goes, "Look down there." He says, "There's a tree growing between us, a little one. It's a son of a beech." And the birch goes, "It is not." He says, "That's a son of a birch if ever I saw one. Son of a birch, son of a beech. It is not, son of a beech, son of a birch." And they argued back and forth for a couple of years until one day a woodpecker comes flying along and he lands on one of their limbs. And the birch goes, "Could you do us a really big favor?" He says, "Could you go down there and taste that tree and tell us if it's a son of a birch or a son of a beech?" He says it's a son of a beech, but I know it's got to be a son of a birch. And the woodpecker goes, "Well, sure, I can do that for you." So he flies on down there and peck, 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 peck. Peck, 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 peck. Peck, 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 peck. So he comes flying back up and he lands on the limb, and he says, "Well, it's not a son of a birch." And the beech goes, "I knew it, it's a little son of a beech." He says, "No, it's not a son of a beech either. But it is, however, the best piece of ash I've ever poked my pecker into."